So the future's now. And I say that because if you look around, like everything that we thought was in the future is literally happening right now. Does that make sense? You feel that. Like there's no other moment. I guess it's an important statement to understand. Because most of the time when you think about the future, you think about someday. One thing I'll say, eliminate the word someday from your vocabulary, because there is no someday. And I'll give you a little story. It's a little piece of social media that I'll start off with this. I was watching this podcast, and this guy had two guests on. They said, I'm going to give you $1 million to these two guests. And they're like, they didn't take it serious, right? It was like, they're looking at him like, and then they started leaning in, and you could see that it's like, they really thought he was going to give him $1 million. He's like, I'm going to give you $1 million. And then he's like, hell, I'll give you, what if I gave you $10 million? And then you could see it kind of sink over these people that like their life had changed, you know, in this moment. Really dirty trick, to be honest. And then he says, if I say that you're not going to wake up tomorrow. And then you saw him sink back down. And then he makes the point. He goes, wow, you are going to wake up tomorrow. And he goes, well, now do you still want the $1 million? And I'm like, oh, I don't want the $1 million. I don't even want the 10 million, right? It's like, why would I want that? And then he lets them sit in that. And you realize, okay, so when you wake up tomorrow, then that's worth more than $10 million to you. So treat it that way. And that really impacted me to think like, wow. And that's why a lot of times someday does not matter. Like someday money, someday the best relationship, someday health. What matters is what you do now. And I think his point was well taken. I don't know that I would have done that to the people, but it makes this kind of thing. And then another piece of the thing was this lady was sharing, he's like, if you want your day and you're in your unconscious or subconscious moment and you have a bottle of water or a cup of water by your bed, which most people I guess do. I do. I have a bottle of water. When you look over, as I put a Post-it on us, what's the first thought you want to think of? And Lisa was telling a story. Can I share your story you said this morning? Yeah, which one? That you planned, you said it was easy for me. See, like last night, it was really easy for me to plan for today because I laid everything out and then I didn't have to think about it this morning, which is all what I'm going to say is like part of we are habits. When that happens, like life gets easier. And we'll jump in with that. Any questions so far?